My name is Schlatt, and yesterday I asked you guys to send me in some questions on Snapchat. Had to sift through nearly 10,000 of these things, so, here's the best we got. Cupcake, honest opinion on the Minecraft movie. Dude, I like the Minecraft movie. I'm not even gonna lie. Like, maybe I'm just like an idiot or like a normie, but I hardly go into a movie and don't like it. If your letterbox is like mostly 1, 2, 3 stars, it's like, do you even like this? Maybe your passion is somewhere else. I thought it was very fun. It's a kid's movie, obviously. I did not go in expecting some kind of expert storytelling or anything. But there's some really funny moments in there. And the last episode of the fucking Take It Easy podcast, where it's just Ted and Tucker ragging on the thing the whole time. I was screaming at my fucking monitor the whole time I was listening to that shit.
That's my opinion!
Left a nasty message in Ted Nivison's inbox after that fucking opinion. I'll tell you that much. Next one, Alex says, when's it gonna get better, big man? It's not. Come on. I've been a very cynical person my whole life. I haven't gotten any less cynical recently. I would recommend you follow my path, which has been make as much money as you can as quickly as possible. Hope this helps. But Daniel says, would you rather do the first 99% or the last 1% of a blowy? I don't know what kind of quitter mentality you've got, Nathan, to the point where you would not follow through being 99% done with anything in your life. That's not how I live mine. I'm doing the whole fucking thing, and I'm grabbing the balls too. Be a fucking man. Suck it up, literally. And finish it off, dude. Marie says, are there things you haven't done but want to do? Yes. Moron, of course. Stella says, what is your sponsor for today? I'm glad you asked. Hold on, boys, before we keep going. Please allow me to fulfill a contractual obligation. The other day, I realized I've been subscribed to a streaming service I haven't used in years. The charges just kept rolling in month after month. And with the rent prices in New York, I mean, this wasn't working for me. But that's where today's sponsor, Rocket Money, comes in to help. Rocket Money is a personal finance app that allows you to manage subscriptions, lower bills, make a custom budget, and grow your savings all in one place. With the help of Rocket Money, I easily canceled that subscription and found 2 other recurring charges I didn't know I had. But it doesn't stop at that. Rocket Money can also automatically scan your bills for possible savings, and with a couple of taps, even help negotiate them for you. From internet service to cable to phone bills, they do it all. And there's no need to worry about annoying customer service phone calls. The app's negotiators just do it for you and get you the best possible rate. In fact, Rocket Money has helped its members save up to $740 a year when using all of the app's premium features. They've also helped members save over $500 million total in canceled subscriptions. So to save more and spend less, join the over 5 million people using Rocket Money today. You can scan the QR code on screen or click the link in the description to get started for free. Thanks again to Rocket Money for sponsoring today's video, and enjoy. Kaylee says, what made you decide to get cats? I got Jambo because I was moving across the country, and I figured that I'd want a friend. That's not to say I didn't know anybody out there, but I just wanted some being present in the house to avoid the crippling loneliness that kind of lifestyle usually brings. And it turned out to be a great idea. I freaking love that guy. And Jambo's already like 4.5 years old, which is nuts to me. Jay says, what do you think about AI potentially taking over a lot of creative jobs? I don't feel great about it. I've said this before, but once AI can realistically replicate a video of mine, that's when I'm done. I'm clocking out. Just put the fucking money printer on, start pumping out some React shit. That's not really a creative world I want to see or be around for. Kaya says, what's your favorite type of gibbon? Mine's the Claus's gibbon. I don't know what the Claus's gibbon is, but if it's the one that has the little chops like me, but inverted, so its face is black and it's got the white little hair. Oh, love that guy. They're so wobbly too. I love their arms. Oh. Ben Wilson says, can we get a setup tour? You know what? Yeah, sure. All right, here it is. Here we go. Da, 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 da. Boom. That's the setup. The whole thing. Mac, Windows, work, recording. Got all the PC components hidden behind here. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Eric Howe says, would you rather be able to open doors or only be able to close them? Are you fucking stupid? What fucking imbecile would only want to close doors? You're locked out of half the places you go. What? That's no, I'm not even gonna. This is a joke question. That's the stupidest thing I've ever heard. Bean W says, what's your favorite video game and movie? I actually don't play video games anymore. I'm not even gonna lie. The times where I used to just chill and call playing DayZ with my buddies is now just us chilling in a call. That's just kind of what happens when you get old, I guess. I don't know. I haven't been playing really anything outside of sleep deprived. Sometimes I wish I had more interest in it, but can't really muster up as much enthusiasm about gaming as I was able to back in the day. As far as movies go, Perfect Days is my new favorite movie. I just rewatched it for the 3rd time yesterday. Oh my God, so good. Andy says, what is a fan interaction that's made you question your whole career? Guys, don't video me, okay? That's a big thing. Like, if you ask for a photo and then all of a sudden I see you scroll over to your video and you're like just holding it, trying to get something awkward, I'm like, come on. Just take your pic and walk the fuck away. Also, don't ask me to call people for you. I'm not FaceTiming your fucking friend. I'm not talking to your girlfriend. I've gotten that request once. Can you call my girlfriend? No. What? No. Cody says, what's better, wiping from the back or front? What the fuck do you mean, wiping from the back? Do you like go? No. Are you telling me you wipe like here down? That's okay. That's crazy. Obviously, you go from the gooch all the way up. Otherwise, you're like getting shit on your arm. That's gross, man. Are you gross? If it were a couple years ago when I was making that poopy debate video, like in 2020, I'd feel a lot more strongly about this. But now that I have a bidet, it's kind of like a moot point. I just spray my ass. I won't even check sometimes. Sometimes I'll just do the spray, hit the dry button. It gets me all dry. I won't even look. Maxton Waynuel says, what's your favorite part about living out in upstate New York? Easily the roads. At least where I'm at. I don't know if it's some trickle down from New York City still, but the roads are fantastic. They're windy, they're hilly, they're well-maintained, and that is everything I want in a driving road, and it's everything I did not have in Austin. Huge upgrade there. Sean Hood, what is one personal philosophy that means a lot to you? A mantra I have these days is patience obtains all things, which is a little quote from the prayer of Saint Teresa of Avila. Just one of those things that helps me reground myself, remind myself to take things a little easier, a little slowly, and especially in this world and how crazy things are getting, it's been a pretty helpful thing. Mitchell says, worst car you've ever owned? Man, this sucks because I've kind of really liked all the cars I've had. The Pajero probably tops that list though, simply because I just couldn't get used to the right-hand drive. When all my other cars were left-hand drive, and I was switching in and out between left-hand drive mostly and right-hand drive, I just couldn't get used to being on the wrong side of the road. It's kind of jarring, and you get a lot of looks too. When I was in that thing, I was always like hyper aware and anxious about my positioning in the lanes and stuff, and it kind of hindered the driving experience, if that makes sense. Patrick says, is the Pajero Evo yours? Yeah, it was mine. I had it for about a year. I wound up selling it to Tucker Jericho, the Twitch streamer. You might know him. It's a guy that I've been watching on and off for over a decade. He's an OG in the COD space and just in streaming in general. So it was honestly a privilege to be able to sell it to him. And just seeing the tweets he makes, the posts he makes about him putting new rims on it, taking care of it, you could tell that he is giving that car a way better life than I ever could. Amir Pepper says, do you have any more big upcoming projects in the works or going to be in the works that you're extremely proud of? Yeah, last month was a lot of filming. Got some of the boys together. We went to a nice fancy hotel, which you're going to see next month. We did some camping. We did a bunch of cool stuff. Honestly, some of the best stuff I think we filmed in a very long time. Look forward to it. Summer says, how'd you get the courage to actually start recording yourself and posting it? Like, how do you lose the awkwardness of it all? Just do it. Just do it and do it and do it and do it and do it. I'm 10 years plus into this shit. The ability to talk into a big old lens like this is not something you really develop overnight. You kind of have to do it over and over and over again until it doesn't sound awkward. Randy says, you're probably the last person I should ask, but how do I not drop out of college? I'm crashing TF out. Randy, put down the cowboy hat and start fucking studying. Okay? College is for getting a degree and entering the workforce. It's not for partying and vaping and zinning. Okay? Yeah, I dropped out because I got insanely famous online, but do as I say, not as I do. Clara Nutsy says, what's your fave brand of socks? Terrible, unfortunate last name there, Clara. I've been rocking Hanes. Their double strength shit usually gets me through the day. But let's be real, like every 6 months, the pairs start getting holes in them. I could probably find something better, but like the 3 other sock brands I've tried just don't really do it for me. I don't know why I picked this question. This is like the worst possible thing to be talking about in a Q&A video. Yeah, I wear Hanes socks. Olivia C says, how many cars have you wrecked in your life? None. The only run-in I ever had in a car of my own was like in 2017. I was back home. It was snowing, icy, slushy. I was driving back from the deli and I was pulling up to a red light and the car started just skidding on the ice and there was a guy in front of me. So what I did is I fucking cut the wheel to the right. I put it up on the curb and I got a flat. But I avoided hitting the guy in the back, which would have been a lot, it would have made my day a lot worse. Funnily enough, my cars have had more incidents with other people behind the wheel. Since the last time that happens, I've had a strict no driving rule with my cars for anybody that comes over. Caitlin says, what's your ideal way to die? Like, what's a death you dream about? Being surrounded by family, perhaps. A family that loves me, as close to $0 in the bank account as possible, because I think that inheritance is kind of silly. Why not just pass that money along to the people you care about when you're alive in the form of experiences and gifts and that kind of shit. I don't want there to be infighting within my family members about who gets how much money. Brent says, do you wear any fragrances or watches? If so, which do you wear? I don't really wear watches. The most expensive watch I have is a Longines. It was like $1,000 or two, and I bought it alongside a buddy when we were in Japan. I think if you're buying a watch, it should be to commemorate like an important moment or like a memorable moment in your life. So that's why I wound up getting that. But I only wear that for special occasions, really. Fragrances, definitely not. I just wear deodorant. That's subject to change, though. I actually have a cologne coming for the first time ever. But we'll see if I actually wind up wearing it. Oakley says, Schlatt, have you ever considered doing gay relations? Of course. How would you know if you're not gay? How would you know if you're straight if you haven't once imagined it, you know? How would you know? Oh, I don't like that. If you haven't at least entertained the idea of a man's you know, trying to get as far as can, and he's kind of doing a little in his kind of doing the and what the fuck did I just Jeff Schmidt, you like Papa John's? No, I don't. I mean, asking a New Yorker if they like chain pizza is kind of like a weird question, but I mean, I'll give it this. Papa John's is my favorite chain out of any of the fast food pizza chains. And the only reason is because that fucking garlic sauce they got. That shit is delicious. Charlie says, you have any favorite historical firearms? Yeah, the Mosin comes to mind. Mosin Nagant. But that's really only because of little video games I played, like DayZ. It's my favorite weapon. You know, another one would probably be the M1 Garand, however the fuck you say it. They're all from video games. In terms of a gun I'd never shot before and then like started loving it while shooting it, MP40. By far, most fun gun I've ever shot. Will says, do you drive your NSX much? As much as I possibly can. I'm behind the wheel of that thing. That is the most fun car I have at the moment. It is so fun to drive, and I love it. Elena Aguiar says, what things do you usually impulse buy? Recently, it's been like old tech and old gear. I like the idea of using more old stuff in the process of video making, but then again, it's like, how am I going to do that at my desk? But in the vlogs, I think you're going to see a little bit of like analog audio starting to intermingle in there. So, yeah, stay tuned. Joel says, will you please drop the big guy hat? I needed it so silly. Dude, this one, it's been so long since I've done an actual like clothing drop. I think we're gearing up for one this year, but it probably will be like a bunch of returning classics like the big guy hat and maybe some of the collegiate stuff. We'll see. Keep your eyes out for it. Hunter, this is my impression of Barack Obama when his car breaks down. My fellow Americans, does anyone have jumper cables? Dude, the impression kind of falls apart if you're just typing it through text. I need to hear your voice saying it. My fellow Americans, does anyone have any jumper cables? Aaron Carlos says, do you still have that fucking gopher in my yard? Yes, he's back. Okay? Yeah, I don't know if he was hibernating for the entire winter. I don't know if that's what fucking gophers do. But that motherfucker is back on my lawn, and he just, all day, he just looks at me. He just looks in the house. The second I make any kind of movement towards him to kind of like kill him, he just runs back in his little fucking hole. I hate him. Just the whole fucking day. There's this fucking gopher kind of like, Terrible. Terrible thing. Gabe says, if you could cause any animal species to go extinct, what would you choose? Gophers! I don't know. If not gophers, then raccoons. I think those are horrible abominations. That doesn't deserve a thumb. Zoe says, Danish teak wood versus walnut wood furniture. Woo. I've got a lot of both. I have a vintage teak coffee table from like the 1960s. It's phenomenal. But I will say I'm gonna have to go with walnut because no one really makes. There's not a lot of teak furniture being made recently. Walnut's a lot more accessible. I prefer the dark color, I think. Zoe says, you have any tattoos / do you want any? No, I don't think I'll ever get a tattoo. That's the mark of the beast, and that will send you straight to hell. Molly says, would you ever live in? Tyler says, what webcam do you use? It's not a webcam. It's a full mirrorless camera. My setup changed recently, though. It used to be a Sony A7, an A7 III with a Sigma art lens on it. And now it's a Sony FX3 with the G Master 24-70. This is a very expensive setup, but you can totally get by with like, they make good face cams now. Tyler Fury. Schlatt, what's the best way to lose some weight fast? Stop eating? I don't know. Anyways, thanks for watching. That's been me on Snapchat answering your questions. Follow me on Snap if you want. I don't know. I don't really post there. It's just cat photos over there. And then I got more videos over here as well. More Q&A, all that great stuff. Thanks for watching. And I